Hi, we are group 4. We are going to present self-exercise 5.12.
Question 1. The masses of break by company M are normally distributed with a mean of 350 gram and a standard deviation of 45 gram. Convert the probability of a loaf of bread randomly selected from company M that has a mass between 280 gram and 375 gram, where Z is a standard continuous random variable. Z is actually Z score, and Z is equals to x minus mean divided by standard deviation. The probability is in between 280 and 375. And we are going to convert this probability to Z score. We use x, which is 280 minus mean 350 divided by 45, which is standard deviation. And now we are talking about Z score, so we didn't write x, we write Z. And then we use 375 minus 350 divided by 45. And we will get the answer that is in between negative 14/9 and 5/9. Number 2. Given Z is a continuous random variable for the standard normal distribution, find Z smaller than equals to 0.538. We need to find the shaded region, so we use 1 negative the unshaded region. And from the table, we know that 0.53 is 0.2981. And 8 is 27. So after minus, we will get 0.2954. In order to find the shaded region, we use 1 minus 0.2954, and we will get the answer 0.7046. Next, we need to find Z, which is in between negative 2.1 and 1.2. When Z is larger than 1.2, the unshaded region at the right side is 0.1151. And for the left side, Z smaller than negative 2.1 is equals to 0.0179. In order to find the shaded region, we use 1 negative 0.0179 minus 0.1151, and we will get the answer 0.667. Next, we need to find Z, which is in between negative 1.52 and negative 0.253. The shaded region for Z smaller than negative 0.253 is 0.4001, while shaded region, which is that brown color one, is 0.0643. And we use 0.4001 minus 0.0643, and we will get the answer 0.3358. The last question, we need to find Z is in between 0 and 1.984. The graph at left side and right side supposed to be identical, so they are 0.5. And the unshaded region is 0.0273. We use 0.5 minus 0.0273, and we will find 0.4763. Number 3, find the path to the end of the maze by choosing the correct answer. The first, we need to find Z larger than 2.153. From the table, we will find that 2.153 is equals to 0.0157. And next, find Z smaller than equal to 1.0 2.083. This region is formed from the right side of the graph to the left side. So we can use 1 minus z larger than 1.083 to get the shaded region. As a result, we will get 0.8606. And question 3 is we need to find modulus z smaller than 0.783. Modulus z have negative z and positive z. So now we have negative 0.783, which is at the left side, and 0.783, which is on the right side. The shaded region is in the middle. So we use 1 negative 2 times p larger than 0.783. And we will get the answer 0.5664. And come to question number 4. Z is in between 0.5 and 2.035. To get the shaded region, we must use Z larger than 0.5 minus Z larger than 2.035. Actually, we can use calculator to calculate our answer, and we will get answer is 0.2876. Next.
Question number 5. Find modulus z largest equals to 1.204. The modulus z have positive z and negative z, and then the positive z is 1.204 at the right hand side, and the negative z is negative 1.204 at left hand side. There is shaded region, and then we get their probability to multiply by 2, and the final answer is 0.2286. And question number 6. Find the value of A if z in between negative 2.5 and A is equal to 0.6413. And then we know that the 0.6413 is larger than 0.5, so that the negative 2.5 is marked at the left hand side, and then we need to use the 1 to minus the z larger than 2.5 and minus the area of A. The area of A is at the right hand side, and then the probability of 2.5 is 0.99379, and we can find the probability of A. It is 0.3525, and from the standard normal distribution table, and we can get the answer is 0.3785. Question number 7. Find the value of A if z in between 0.2 and A is equal to 0.215. And the 0.2 is at the graph of right hand side, and then the A is more than 0.8, so in between 0.2 and A is shaded region, so we must find the shaded region. and so we need to use the z larger than 0.2 minus the z larger than a. It is equal to 0.215, and we found that the probability of 0.2 is 0.4207, and now we can find out the probability of A. It is 0.2057, and then we refer the standard normal distribution table, and we can show that the z-score is 0.821. The question number 8. Find the value of A if z larger than A is equal to 0.8374. So you know that A is large, z is larger than A, so and then the 0.8374 is larger than 0.5, so we must mark the A at the graph of left hand side is negative A, and then we use the 0.8374 minus the 0.5 and get the 0.3374, and then that also will be at the right hand side, and between the positive A and negative A, the area is 0.3374, and then on the right hand side, the unshaded region, we need to find the unshaded region, so we use the 0.5 to minus the 0.3374, and we can get the 0.1626. From the standard normal distribution table, we get the answer is 0.984. Actually, the actual value of A on left hand side is negative, so we must convert the positive 0.984 to the negative 0.984. Yes.
Next, find the value of A if z is between A and 1. Z is greater than A and less than 1. So we can see that z is smaller than 1. So the number of 1 from the table is 0.1587. So we need to use 0.5 minus 0.1587 is because we need to find the area of the graph at right side, which is greater than 1. So the answer we calculate is 0.3413. Then we use this 0.3840, and we minus the answer we calculated before is 0.3413, and we can get the answer is 0.0427. So we need to calculate the value of A. So we need to calculate the value z greater than A is equal to 0.5 minus 0.0427. The answer is 0.4573. So from the table, we can find that the number 0.4602. So we use this number to minus the answer we get before is 0.4573, and we can get the number is 0.0029. So the closest number of 29 is 28, which is below the number is 7. So we can conclude that the answer is 0.107, and the value is at the left side of the graph, so we need to put a negative at here. So next, find the value of A if modulus Z is greater than A, is equal to 0.6376. As you can see that here is a modulus at the Z, so there is two shadow region at the graph at left side and right side. So we use this number to divide by 2. So we can get the answer is 0.3188. Then from the table, we can find that 0.3188 from the table, we can find that 0.3192. So we use this 0.3192 to minus the answer. We can get 0.0004. So we can conclude that the number we get from the table is 0.471. Next, we need to find the value of A if modulus Z is less than or equal than A, is equal to 0.534. So we also need to use the value 0.534 to minus 2, and we can get the number is 0.267. So as this is less than equal, the value of A is greater and equal to modulus Z, so we need to use 0.5 to minus 0.267, and we can get the number is 0.233. So from the table, we can find the number is 0.2358. So we use this number to minus the value we calculate before is 0.233. We can get the number is 0.0028. So from the table, we can find the coded numbers of 2A is 27. So we can conclude that number we get, the value of A is 0.729. So we can, at the end, we find the path from start to go to the end. Next.
Okay, question number 4. That is a continuous random variable of a standard normal distribution. Find the value of k when z is smaller than k is equal to 0.6078. We know that the z is smaller than k, so we mark the k at the left-hand side. And then we know that the 0.6078 is already larger than 0.5. So we need to use the 1 to minus the 0.6078, and we will get the 0.3922. We refer to the standard normal distribution table. We could find that the k is equal to 0.3922. 274. And B, when Z is greater equals than K is equals to 0.4538. And now we need to find the probability. So from the table we get the answer. We can get the answer same as 0.4538. So K is equal to 0.1 plus 0.01 plus 0.006, and the final answer is 0.116. Yes. Question number 5. If a continuous random variable S has a normal distribution with a mean of 50 and a variance of standard deviation squared, and S is smaller than 16.2 is equal to 0.7654, and find the value of standard deviation. And now we need to use S smaller than 16.2 minus the mean is 15, and divide by standard deviation is equal to 0.7654. And we know that from the graph, we know that the 0.7654 is larger than 0.5. So we need to use the 1 to minus the 0.7654. And the answer is 0.2346. Now we can from the standard normal distribution table, we can found that the 0.724 is equal to 0.2346, and now we can find the standard deviation, and the final answer is 1.657. Yes.
Okay, question 6. A continuous random variable x is normally distributed with a mean of 0.75 and a standard deviation of this symbol, and given x is greater than 0.69 is equal to 0.517, find the value of standard deviation. So we need to convert x into z. So, and this number, and we need to minus mean, which is 0.75, and divide by standard deviation, which is equal to 0.517. Then we know that this 0.517 is greater than 0.5, so we use this 1 minus 0.517 to find this value, this unshaded region. So we can get the number is 0.4822. Then we need to, from the table, we can find that 0.4840. Then we use this number to minus 0.4822. Then we can get 0.0018. So we found that 18 is between 16 and 20. So we can use this between 4 2. So we 4 5, and we use the number 4 5. 0. So from table we can conclude the number we get is 0.0445. Then after we minus this number, so we can get negative 0.06 is then is divided divided by standard deviation is equal to 0.0445. Then after calculate, we can get the number of standard deviation is 1.348. Next, question 7. We need to find the value of mean. So from the question given, we can find that variance is equal to 16. So the standard deviation is square root 16. We can get the number. The answer after calculate is 4. Then we need to convert y into z score. So this 14.5 we need to minus mean and divided by standard deviation, which is 4, and is equal to 0.7321. Then we need to use 1 minus 0.7321, so we can get the number is 0.2679. So this area is this number. So from the table we need to find the, so we can see that this is 0.2709. You can find this number, and we use this number to minus 0.2679. So we can get the answer is 0.0030. So the closest number of this 30 is 29 from the number 9. So we can conclude that the number we find is 0.619, and it is located at left side of the graph. So we need to put a negative here. This value is negative. So after calculate, we can get the number of the value of mean is 16.976. Next, question 8. We need to find the value of mean and standard deviation. So from the question given, we can get to this equation. Then we need to convert x into z in both these equations. So we need to use 18 minus mean and divided by standard deviation. Then we need to find 0.0113 from the table. So we can get the number is we found from the table is 2.28. So 18 minus mean is equal to 2.28 times standard deviation. And this is equation 1. We form this. Then from the other equation at here is we convert x to z 2, and we remind this number 30 is also minus mean and divide by standard deviation. Then is equal to 0.0287. So we need to find this number from the table. So after from there, we can know the number is 1.90 and located at the graph. So the value is negative. So we convert this equation after. We convert this equation to equation 2. So equation 1 minus equation 2, we can find that the After calculate, the answer is 50 is equal to 4.18 times standard deviation. So we can find that standard deviation is equal to 11.96. So next, if we sub this value into equation 1, so we can get the mean is equal to 52.73. So this is end of our presentation. Thank you.